But let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say you do an event for XYZ company. Okay, you're representing XYZ company today, and a customer or that same customer probably, since you've already established a rapport with them as far as like helping them pick the music and all that, you've been their point of contact. Because let's just say XYZ company hires you, right? But essentially, you're doing the back end work with getting the music, the playlist, and whatnot. So you build that relationship with that customer. Let's say 6 months down the line or a year later, you get a phone call, and it's the customer calling and say, "Hey, you were a DJ at an event about a year ago or whatever." At what point do you stop and say, "Okay, well, this is not my customer"? Do you go back to that original company and say, "Hey, this customer called me," or do you just go ahead and take the booking? Because it's time has passed. You're not. They're calling you. You're not contacting them, and they found you. They might have found you online, say on on social media,
Okay.
and they're like, "Hey, yeah, you were that DJ that DJ'd, whatever."
XYZ.
Because they don't remember XYZ company. They just remember that person, right? So
But
at that point, what do y'all normally? What would y'all do in that situation?
so, but my question to you will be, how will they know your name, or how will they know to find you on social media, even though you didn't pass out your card or your information?
That's a good point because XYZ company will say, "Hey, DJ Charlie will be your point of contact. He's going to be your DJ."
So basically, they're giving out your information so you can link with the customer.
Yeah, and I say
Gotcha.
that because when I've represented companies before, the XYZ company, all they do is just basically they book it, right? They just collect the fee, and then they assign a DJ, and they're like, "Okay, your point of contact is going to be Carlos.
Mhm.
You're going to be dealing with Carlos. Carlos is going to be helping you with the music selection and all that, and you Carlos, take it from there." And
Gotcha.
they back out because they're just the ones that are
Booking.
essentially collecting
So,
the fee.
so to you personally, do you think booking it yourself after 6 months, a year, it's ethic?
Well, I am not booking anything.
No,
I'm
no,
just
I'm-
saying,
I'm
like,
just
if the
asking.
customer reached out to you because they found you, well, they would have your phone number regardless because they've
Exactly.
already at that point you've already built a relationship with them, right? Let's
Exactly.
say a year later they call you just directly, and instead of they bypass the company and
Exactly.
they call you, "Hey, you did that, you DJ'd that party a year ago or whatever. Are you available on this day?" What is the right thing to do at that point? Do you say, "Hey, do you contact that XYZ company," or time has passed where you could go ahead and talk to that person one on one? What would y'all do?
Me
I
personally,
think I would want Mike to answer that one.
Contact that X, Y, and Z
Yeah,
company.
I would
Okay.
say so.
Just to keep it ethical
Uh-huh.
and assured. Sometimes when that happens, I said, can you give me a few minutes? Let me look at my records, and let me get back with you just to make sure everyone's on the same page.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, and then I'll look it up and see if it's under our company or I have all the agents. I've got folders for each one.
Got it,
I just
okay.
look it up and say,
Okay.
I'm sorry, sir, but the person that booked you last year was Lisa so-and-so from Showbiz. You need to contact her to make arrangements.
Got it. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I think so too. Because it's gonna get back to them somehow, and if you want to continue that relationship with that person,
Oh yeah.
y-
I agree.
You
Even-
have to bring it back. So
Okay, so what if you don't work with them anymore?
it doesn't matter.
Jesus.
I mean
Sorry,
that's
Coach.
kind of tough because honestly, you would have never met that customer if that other person didn't send you out to that.
It's all ethics.
Yeah.
It's all ethics.
At least give them a courtesy call.
Yeah.
And say, hey, remember that event you sent me to a
Yeah.
long time ago? A customer's calling me back, wanted me to do this event. You want to reach out to them, or should I go ahead and do this event?
Good, well put.
Yeah.
So, Mike, the events that you do for these companies, agents, do you use that material, take pictures for your own marketing?
Not if I'm doing their event.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But if I'm taking my own pictures, I use it, I put it on the promo cards and I send it to them.
Okay. So you send it to the agent so they
Yeah.
can
Yeah.
promote it.
Absolutely.
And
If you keep them updated, hey, we got this new Dancing in the Clouds.
yeah.
Just in time for the holidays.
Yeah.
Here's our postcard. Here's my PDF rate list.
Yeah.
So add it to your
Yeah. So that
materials.
would be the right thing to do.
Absolutely.
But I don't see any harm in that in that aspect. Let's just say, okay, you go for XYZ company and you work at a venue, right?
So
And that day you're representing the company. You're not doing anything. You're just representing the company. But let's say a few months later, independently, this is not related to that one gig that you did at that venue. But let's say a customer reaches out to you via the Knot wedding wire, say, "Hey, we're getting married on so and so date, and we're getting married at this venue." Oh, I've been to that venue before. I don't see anything wrong with sending them either promotional video or like a promotional video, whether it's from XYZ company or not, but at least so the potential customer could see, okay, this DJ has been to that venue. This is kind of how it would look like. You're not stepping on anyone's toes, or the customer's reaching out to you, in this
Well,
case, DJ
that's
Charlie Entertainment.
Interesting. What do you think about that, Mike? I'm halfway there. I'm halfway not there.
But to sell to the customer that you've been at that venue and to know
But you're
what they
still
could expect.
using somebody else's property. I think somebody else. I don't know.
It's tricky because
Yeah.
some agents have an account
With that venue.
with that venue,
Yeah.
that country club, that place.
Yes.
And so
That would be the first thing you want to find out if the company or agent has
Yeah.
that, and you know,
their turf.
yeah. Because if you get that gig at that venue and you talk to a client, that client probably has a connection to somebody that has a connection to that agent company, and it's the word's gonna get.
But if they reach out to you via Google or the Knot or Wedding Wire, and they ask for your services.
So
and
the
you're
question
saying that
you
would
have to ask yourself is, do I want to sacrifice or hurt the relationship? I mean, if you're going to lose $300 for that event to give it to the agent to keep him happy, wouldn't you want to do that? Because you already have that connection with that agent,
Okay.
and he has that venue. That's only if he has that venue. Then,
But how do you know if if XYZ company is a preferred event or preferred DJ company? How do you know
Then
that?
you call the venue.
yeah,
You call the you call the agent and say, look, I've got this client that wants to book this event at this venue that you work with. Would you have a problem with this? And they'll tell you.
okay.
yeah. Because I know what you're saying. So you have your marketing on Google. You have your. Because the other thing that you don't know is the clients always lie. They always like, oh, by the way, Charlie, I found you on Google. You take that for their word, and you book them, and then you talk to the agent, DJ company, and say, hey, so I had this client lined up for so date at certain venue, and I sent them your number so they can call you and talk to them. The client will lie to you. They will lie to you all the time,
Yeah.
and so now you're in deep crap with that person because. I mean, if you have a working, that's only if you have, like I said, it's only if you want to keep working with that company or client. I mean, it's really a hard situation, but if you already know that the agent or venue works with that or they work together, then that's easy. But a lot of the times, I mean, that could be the case that the agent told the client to call you just to see if you're available or something, and they'll lie and they'll try to go, like you said, they try to go around the
But
agent.
when you say agent, are you talking about like say XY, like an XYZ?
Yeah,
DJ
XYZ
or-
company, yeah.
Okay. Because I haven't come across that in all my time that I've been DJing. Like, let's say if I get booked directly for a client that they say they found me on Facebook or Instagram, or they reach out to me and they say, hey, we're getting married at so and so place. Well, I'm like,
Yeah.
I have experience. I've been there before, whether it's for me or if I've represented someone else. And I'm like, if I have videos of prior weddings, like I'll send them an example of like, this is how the ceremony would look like, and customers eat that up because they see that. And they like
see-
that you've already been to that
you already
venue.
worked
You
there.
already know what you're doing. But I don't see that. I guess I've never thought about it the way you're describing it. But I've never what I'm saying is I haven't gotten a first instinct to call any DJ company because
Yeah.
really you could call all the DJ companies in the Houston area and say, hey, all of us, we've been to that venue. Would you mind
Yeah.
if I go there?
No.
But
No,
I
that's
mean,
a completely different
I
thing.
expect that call.
Very innovative nowadays. So
Yeah.
But
yeah,
I
but, I mean,
haven't-
it's, but
I've never got a call
you,
from you.
you don't think about stuff like that. You don't.
You
I mean,
don't,
when if
and
they
you
book
don't
you
see it.
directly, like if a customer's calling you and whatnot, and they're like, "Hey, we're getting married at this place and
Yeah.
this and that."
Well, the
Yeah.
other thing is like nowadays you see a lot of DJs. They book and they put out pictures, even though it's not their event. So and so representing so and so. That's become more normal nowadays. So, I mean, it's gonna be the relationship between you and that.
Yeah,
That person.
I see what you're
That
saying. Yeah,
person,
for
yeah.
marketing purposes and whatnot, anything that I use like for marketing purposes
Yeah.
is an actual wedding that I have done under my brand.
Under
I
your
won't
brand.
use anything that's under like a different brand. But what I will do is like, let's say if a customer is like, "Hey, we're getting married at
Yeah,
this
yeah.
place. We kind of want to get a venue." And I'm
And
like,
you're
"Oh,
like,
I've been there before. Let me kind of show you how it looks." I don't think there's any ill towards that, but because you
My-
can't
my
expect to
question will-
remember. You can't
yeah.
expect to remember. Oh, this wedding I did for XYZ, or this wedding it was for
such and such.
Yeah, there at that point you don't.
But my
Um,
question will be, how many customers that called you will actually ask you for a video or proof that you have been there?
They look for video, like if you have examples of a work that you could show them, they like that. They like that because if they're visual people,
Mi traición.
savage to date. Yeah,
That one
so
came out better.
That was hour number 4, but
Would this count as hour number 4?
I guess so.
but yeah, no. I mean, at that point, honestly,
But me personally, when someone try to
I
when
can't
someone
hear
tries
the
to-
audios, but.
yeah.
No, but I mean, like, I think when you sell them on, like, hey, I've been there before, I can send you videos of my work or pictures. I think customers like that because they kind of feel more at ease that, like, they've been there or, like,
So
okay,
let
you
me
know you've
ask
been there.
let me ask Pete that same question. So
What's up?
Pete, you sent me to a prom, Clear Lake, whatever. I don't know. I'm just naming a school. Clear Lake calls me and says, "Hey, we want to book you. We found you on Google. Oh, by the way, I've been to that school."
Let me send you a video.
What do you think?
I would probably punch you in the nuts first.
Just that?
because
Because-
it's your event.
It's my place. Yeah. It's
Well,
my event.
not only it was your event
Yeah, it
that
was
I
my
did.
event that I sent them to. Yeah.
Okay, that I could see. But if they're calling him directly after he's been there, well, I
It's
get
the
but-
same
It's the
thing.
same thing.
Okay, but
Well, the thing is that you have to understand, if I want to continue with Pete,
Yeah.
working with Pete, that's what I'm saying. I would have to say, you know what? I've been there through this company. Call them up. And if they want to send me, they'll send me. If he has somebody else better equipped that day, then they'll send him.
no, I'm following you. But do you think other companies really, or other DJ companies, are really going to sit back and say, "Oh, let me call Charlie to find out if it's okay with him if I could go to that venue"?
Well,
I'm
if
just
they're
saying.
ethical, they would.
No, I
That's
know.
part
but
of being
I know.
ethical.
But what I'm saying is, like, I guess I could see about like the ethical part about like passing business cards at an event that's not your
Right.
event. That I could.
Yeah,
that
and
I'm
we're
with
getting
you
to
100%.
we're really getting to like the thin end of, the big question mark. Like you're saying, they found you online.
Yeah,
I
how
would-
do you expect to remember? Oh, I DJ for that. What company? I mean, if you work for several, or like, how do you remember, or how are you to keep up with? Like, oh yeah, I did that. This for that company. That
I remember.
you remember things like
I
that.
remember.
Well, that's good.
I mean, damn.
I honest to God don't. I swear, and I'm not lying. I barely remember what I did yesterday. Not much alone. Like, let's say 6 months. Like, oh yes, let me look back through my notes. Why would I literally have to probably go back and look and see if I've been to that venue and if I represented myself,
Yeah.
or if I represented somebody else. But I think that,
It's okay.
yeah.
It's okay.
That's something that I
I
don't see any harm in that, but I do. I get
I'm,
it. But,
I'm giving you examples.
Yeah.
It might not fit the criteria that you're trying to, it's not the same situation, it's a different situation. So if you're okay with it and you don't think you're gonna get, the DJ that sent you is gonna get pissed off that you use their event.
I don't think they should. I don't see any reason why they would, because I'm not stealing anything from them.
Yeah.
Because I mean, if they're contacting me for something, I don't see it that I'm stealing or I'm taking away from somebody that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's
Why
like
did they? I'm sure they call.
thin line between.
But I'm sure that I'm not they're the only one that if they're shopping around, they're quoting from different DJ companies, right? So at that point, they're just calling different companies,
Yep.
and if I happen to be one of them,
And you've
I-
been to that venue.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't see any harm, or I don't feel like I'm taking a. And if I'm wrong, please, guys, let me know if I'm wrong. But
No, I
honestly
think
don't
it's
see
a
that.
it's that's a I don't know. That's a judgment call on each person. I think it's a judgment call.
Charlie, I think you were talking about the material that you have,
You're talking about what I'm sorry.
the material, the videos and the pictures that you
videos,
have.
yes.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
and I do that, and like for example, if they're a visual type of customer that they like to see, like, oh, okay, you've been to that venue, I feel comfortable because you've already been there, you already know how it is. I don't see any harm in doing that either, but on the flip side, I kind of see what y'all are saying, but I honestly don't see any harm in that because the customer, I think it puts the customer more at ease when they know that they're booking somebody that's already been there, and they're not booking somebody that's never been out there and they go and they don't know what to expect. But I do see what y'all are saying, and but again, I don't do it with any harm or anything like that. I just
Yeah.
I get excited about, oh, you're going to get married at that venue, cool, I've been there before. But I do it with that.
I mean,
I don't do
I
it-
can understand if it's one bride to a different bride to a different bride, but if the venue themselves,
Uh-huh.
like, let's just say I sent you out to a venue,
Okay.
right? And then you're there. 2 weeks from then, the venue calls you and says, "Hey, you were here, on this day.
Uh-huh.
We'd like to have you back. We have another event that we'd like for you to do." And you say, "Great, I'll take it." Well, that's kind of wrong
Yeah, yeah.
because
Yeah.
I was the one that sent you.
Yeah, when the venue is contacting you, yes,
Yes.
you have to say, no, you know what?
That was through XYZ
Call
company.
Pete,
Yeah.
call
Yeah.
Pete and tell Pete that you are requesting my services.
Exactly.
So Pete is gonna send you back there
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
because you've been
that makes
requested
sense.
for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I would do.
All right.
All right, what questions do people have
Pete,
online?
questions. We had
Questions,
a question. We had
Any,
comments.
if the people that are in the comment sections, what do y'all think about this? Because we all have our different opinions.
So
I
you,
saw.
you recognize that person? That
Yeah, that's George. That's the one.
Oh,
that,
okay.
That's the one that we're gonna
What did
have
he
on
say?
here.
He's watching on YouTube. That's why you can't see it.
Oh, that's why I can't see it. Okay.
Yeah. You want? Oh, shit. Did he say something?
Te vas, güey.
particular? I think the biggest
Oh,
issue
Oh,
is people.
guys, I'll be right back.
Is it dinner time?
Lunch is being served. No, but Arhelio brings up a good point. And I think Arhelio brings up a good point. He wrote, I think if it's only to show the client or the customer that you have been to the venue, it should be okay because you did do the event. I believe the issue would be if you're using those pics or videos for public marketing or material,
Yeah.
then I could see where that's wrong. And but if you're just using
Yeah.
it to show that customer that you've been there, I honestly don't see any
Any issue?
yeah,
Yeah.
any issues, and Arhelio agrees with that
All
from
right,
that
so
statement. But
I think we beat that subject to death already.
Yeah,
let's
that's
move
another
on.
dead horse.
Any other questions?
I think it's only okay. What if the place is this? Okay.
what if
Okay.
what if it's a place like the Springs where everyone has been? Yeah, so I mean, are we going to call each other and say it's okay?
Yeah, we kind of covered everything
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, we already covered that.
Are you saying you milked that cow?
Oh yeah, that's a dried up cow.
He's a dried up cow and a dead
Yeah.
horse.
That crunchy horse.
It's a crunchy horse. It's so
Caballero
dry, it got
Montaña.
crunchy.
Oh, you haven't played that one yet, have you?
No, I don't know if you noticed. We changed out the computer because Okay, so if you like that clip, we have another one for you over here. If you want to watch the entire episode, click over here.
Hay homosexual de las montañas, ningún animal se salva.